Honey haul weekend, honey haul weekend.
Are you excited about it?
I am.
Alright, it's August 9th. We've already pulled the honey off of our the Fraser River 2 hives and then the farm 2 hives. We're going to pull the honey off today and put on a mite treatment. So I've got the air compressor going. I'm just going to take the bee boxes off and blow the bees out. Here we go. So we did make some bee escapes, but I ran out of time to get out to our 2 remote locations, actually even my home location, to put the bee escapes on. We went out to our river, which has 2 hives, and out to our farm, which had 2 hives, and I just used a brush to brush off the bees off the frames. But the problem with that is that by the time I got to frame number 9 at the end of the box, the bees were already back on number 1. So when we got to the 2 hives in the backyard, I have an air compressor, so I just used the air compressor with 20 pounds PSI, and I just blew the bees out from the box to remove them off the honeycomb. They kind of put them in front of their own hive and blew them, and they just walked right back up onto the hives. I've seen a lot of people use leaf blowers, which I didn't have at the time. I might get one for next year, but I didn't use the bee escapes and I didn't use the leaf blower, so I used an air compressor and a hose. It seemed to work quite well.
So are we doing the next hive right away? How come you're not putting the lid on?
That's what I was thinking. That was something I was going to ask.
Well, because I wanted to be able to go in. It gives me another place to put stuff.
You hiding in the bush?
Should have had the bee escape on 2 days ago, but
Do you need help?
nope.
Last one. Of all 6 hives. That's it, that's all.
Okay, let's get the door closed. Bye. Bye. Come in when you're ready.
So as far as the extracting the honey goes, so once we got the honey back to our house, we took the honey out of the boxes, and anything that had open nectar on it, we used a refractometer to test the honey, and anything that was above 18% humidity, we put it in a separate box, and I spun it later, and we're going to play with mead this year. And then all the rest of it, we took all that and spun it.
At the same time, we're battling the bees because they know that we're doing all this, and they were outside and they were everywhere.
We take the comb itself and either use a pick to scratch the surface of the comb off, or we do have an electric knife that we use to cut the comb off. Then we spin them in a centrifugal force spinner. It has 3 frames, so we would spin 3 at a time, turn them around, spin the other side, and from there we would just let the honey drain into a bucket. We let it sit overnight for 24 hours, let the wax rise to the top, scoop that wax off, and then just strain and filter the honey after the fact. So we got nice sort of clean honey. So once we're finished extracting the honey from the frames, we put them in a box, and then we take the wet frames, we took them out to the farm field, and we put them way down the back end of the farm field and let the bees rob them out.
What does that mean?
So the bees go in and just remove any of the, reminiscent honey. You can't have them very close to your hives, everybody says. So you need them 50 to 100 meters, I guess. Don't count me on that, or quote me on that. But you want them far enough away not to create robbing in your own hives. So we put the hives down the end of a 2-acre farm and let the bees get in there and take out any leftover honey and take it back to their hives.
So we are in our disinfected kitchen, and we're filling each jar, measuring it to make sure that we're getting the right 500 grams or 1,000 grams of honey in those jars, cleaning them up, putting the lid on them, and then labeling them for sale. Sounds kind of easy, but it's really tiring.